Ukraine launches surprise counterattacks against Russian troops while they're distracted in the south.
Here's a summary of the article.
Ukraine appears to have surprised Russia this week with a series of counterattacks in the northeast of the country, with military strategists saying Kyiv is likely to have taken advantage of a recent redeployment of Russian troops to defend against a counteroffensive in the south. Oleksiy Arestovich, an advisor to Zelensky, tweeted Tuesday that counter-offensive actions by the armed forces of Ukraine are taking place not only in the south of Ukraine, but also in the east and southeast. Analysts at the Institute for the Study of War believe that Ukrainian forces in the Kharkiv region are likely exploiting the reallocation of Russian forces to the southern front to conduct an opportunistic yet highly effective counteroffensive northwest of Izyum. Russian sources claimed that Russian troops began deploying reinforcements to the area to defend against Ukrainian advances, but said the Russian grouping in this area was likely understrength due to previous Russian deployments to support ongoing efforts to capture the remainder of Donetsk Oblast and support the southern axis. The ISW noted that Russian military bloggers had voiced concern that the Ukrainian counterattack was looking to cut Russian forces' ground lines of communication, which would allow Ukrainian troops to isolate the Russian groupings in these areas and retake large swaths of territory. The level of shock and frank discussion of Ukrainian successes by Russian millbloggers speaks to the scale of surprise achieved by Ukrainian forces, which is likely successfully demoralizing Russian forces, the ISW noted. Chris Miller, a visiting fellow at the American Enterprise Institute, where he focuses on Russian foreign policy, politics and economics, told CNBC on Wednesday that Ukraine's counterattacks on three fronts come as it wants to ensure that Russia doesn't feel any sort of security over the territory that it controls.
This post received a score of 34,000, with an upvote ratio of 93%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
This really goes to show how a unified network of intelligence can fuck shit up big time.
Ukraine has all the advantage of interior lines, motivated troops, supply, and Western-backed intel. Russians are poorly equipped and trained at the end of desiccated logistics lines subject to Ukrainian bombardment. This offensive, encirclement, and destruction of RU forces will be in mill history textbooks.
Alexei, we are badly surrounded and cut off from our supplies. Please tell me we have intelligence incoming to help us out of this. Yes, Oleg, new intel coming in as we speak, directly from Kremlin. It says, we are winning glorious war. You are not surrounded. Total victory will achieved in 2 more weeks. You have enough supplies. Bozhe moi.
Ivan, did you hear Putin's plan to win the war? Boris, no. What is it? Ivan, he is deploying Russia's greatest wonder weapons. Now we are certain of victory. Boris, Ivan, what the F at CK are you talking about? Why would Putin wait 6 months to deploy these weapons? Why do we have no air cover? Where the F at CK are the Su-57s? Ivan, you see, Boris, you are already wondering.
The only time we'll see Su-57s in combat is by rewatching Top Gun: Maverick. I swear those things are glorified lawn ornaments at this point, lol.
Putin wanted war and he got it. I hope he chokes on it, and whatever time left is a constant reminder that the entire world is glad to see his empire collapse and his utter failure.
Putin wanted to be remembered. And he will. Just not for what he wanted.
His biggest fear is being Gaddafi'd, so hopefully he gets to experience that.
Should be more worried about being Romanoved.
Mussolinid might be an option.
Or just skip the red tape, give them the Ole treatment. Former president of Romania, along with his wife. Dude was given a trial for charges of genocide, which he was absolutely guilty of, and literally executed, side by side together, he and his wife outside the courtroom alongside a wall. So quickly the camera crews didn't even have time to fully set up. Fascinating events from his first day in office to the last.
The trial and execution of Nicolae and Elena Ceausescu was a huge mistake. It was a show trial expedited so the rest of his inner circle could get away scot-free. It should have been a long and comprehensive trial so the whole of the cancer that was the Communist Party could be rooted out. As it stands, what we got was a rebranded Communist Party that pretended to be something for the next 10 or so years, while the former inner circle of the Communist Party lined their pockets and stifled any reforms and proper economic development.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.